to another episode of Slice of Coaching. This will be our 5th episode this summer. And we're really excited about this show, and we hope you're getting to learn something from it. And I'm Coach McDaniel. I'm with Coach Talley. And Coach, what have you been up to since we last got together?
Coach, thanks for co-hosting the show again. I can't believe it's our 5th episode already. I'll tell you what I've been up to is I just watched the senior sports banquet virtually. I just wanted to let you know that it was an awesome performance by you up there on stage. I know this year was a little bit different than in years past, but it was a great rendition, and I think you did a great job capturing and honoring all those senior athletes that was well deserving. So great job to you and Andrew and everybody else who had a hand in that. That was fun to see.
Well, thanks for the kind words, Coach. You know, it's been different. I think Springport as a whole has really stepped up, not just, the school, the community, et cetera, during this time. And it's actually been fun putting it together virtually. Not that I want to do it every year virtually, but it's been fun. And at least we had a chance to recognize all those senior athletes, 189 of them, and try to do our best to send them off from our senior athletic banquet.
I got to ask, who was behind the soundtrack in that opening? I have my guesses.
Well, I'll give you a little cheat sheet. The opening song was written with Chicago, Robert Lamb and a few of his friends, James Peterick from the Vehicle, who did, or the Ides of March, who did Vehicle, and it was called Everything's Gonna Work Out. And that was their song for the pandemic. And when I heard it from them, I thought it was perfect lead-in dedicating that song to the class, because I really thought it was a song of hope and a song that we're moving forward to better times. And then, we went into our normal Chicago Earth, Wind, and Fire medley, which is what they play prior to the concerts when those two play together in concert. And so I have that. I got that. And that's where we put those action shots and leads into the song Only the Beginning, because to us, it's only the beginning.
Yeah.
And we do a little Jason Mraz and Justin Timberlake and Jason Mraz at the end again.
Yeah, there was a real eclectic bunch. I heard that Saturday in the park, and I knew you were behind that one too. It was good. I was pumped up. I was ready to hear 189 athletes being on.
Well, let me tell you, I'm pumped up hearing you sing. You would not be pumped up hearing me sing. So that's the truth. But
we got to give the people what they want, Coach.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I attend all the concerts and not get up and perform. And this year, we were actually, one of the shows we were going to was at Woodstock up at Bethel Woods, and going to go up and take the tour of Woodstock. And obviously all Chicago tours, all tour dates as everyone else, been moved to 2021. So my summer will be totally around Springport this summer.
Oh, great. So what's on the agenda for tonight?
Well, first of all, speaking of the summer, we really don't know at this time about when we'll have camp. We don't know if it'll be able to be this summer. You and I talked about that, and if not, we'll try to look to run a modified camp in the fall. But it all depends on the CDC, the health department, and our school district. And so we all have to wait for all those things to clear before we could, consider having a camp. So we want to let everybody know out there about that.
Yep. Thanks for giving us that update. And, you're like me. We want to get back in that gym, but the health and welfare of everybody is important. So we'll update everybody, as soon as we can.
Yeah. I know you're the same way. One of the fun times all year of basketball is camp.
Yeah.
Watching the interaction of our players with those younger players, those campers, and watching the enthusiasm and excitement, especially on Championship Friday.
Yeah,
it's phenomenal. So, I'm missing that. I know you're missing it right now that we're not able to do it like we normally do in June. But our plan is to have something. We just have to work, go along with the time and see where it falls.
All right. Thanks for the update.
And speaking of camp, in camp we do some drill work. And I know you have one of your players doing some drills this week. So tell us a little bit about the drills.
Yeah, I have kind of a mixed bag this week. We have my neighbors in the neighborhood. They're all part of the Springford Youth League, the Ojakovo family. We have Miles, who is going to be a second grader next year. And then we have Leah, who will be a fifth grader. She plays on the girls' side. And we have Ethan, who will be a seventh grader. And they're all going to do a beginning shooting before you kind of just go out and get some shots up on. We're going to focus on the form shooting and how we warm up properly before we even start to take some jump shots. So a lot of basic fundamentals. We've been working our way up from the ball handling. Now I know everybody's dying to get some shots up, but we want to kind of show them the youth league what our approach is to shooting. So looking forward to everybody seeing the drills from the Ojakovo family.
You know, one thing you said is so critical, and it's totally you said about warming up to shooting. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think the whole area of warm up, stretching, etc., is kind of misused, and how important it is to do those things just to try to avoid some injuries. But you know, also warm up to shooting. You know, one of the things is, Coach, you know this. A lot of people come out. Where's the first place they go to shoot?
3-point line fadeaways, Coach.
Yeah, 3-point lines or step back threes, and you know, and then we wonder why free throws and layups are missed so much. You know, in the world of basketball, it's everywhere. You know, and so the 3-point line's been a great thing, I think, for the game, but sometimes it leads us away from some of those other areas of the game that are so important in the sense of mid range and layups, you know, and free throws. So the best shot there is, it's free, you know.
That's it.
So I don't know how much time people put into free throws, you know, when they're working out here during the summer, but it's really important. Coach, our next segment is the get to know segment, and this is always an exciting time for us. Allows the younger players to get to know our players a little better, and I know you have a very special guest with you tonight.
Yeah, we have Nate Santiago was our guest today. Nate was a junior for us last year, started a lot of games, came off the bench for a couple games, but a huge part of our success. One of the best shooters in the gym at all times with some limited range, and one of the better 3-point shooters in the area. I know he's been working hard in the off season here and working on changing his approach to the game from a defensive standpoint, and certainly working on that jump shot. But yeah, I'm excited to have Nate on, and let's learn a little bit more about Nate.
What's up, guys? I'm Nate Santiago. I'm a junior at Springford High School. One word to describe my personality would definitely be quiet. One of the nicknames the coaches gave me is the Silent Assassin. My favorite movie would have to be probably Space Jam. One of the big meals I try to have before a game is definitely Chick-fil-A. I just love Chick-fil-A. Number one, no pickle, probably 8-count nuggets as well. Before a game, I like to listen to hip-hop and other songs that get me hyped. My favorite artist would have to be Drake. My favorite basketball team, college team, is definitely Duke Blue Devils. NBA, I like the Lakers and the Sixers. My favorite basketball player, I have two, Kevin Durant and Jason Tatum. My favorite subject in school would have to be math. I just love calculating numbers and finding a solution to the problem. School definitely helps with basketball because maybe you have a group project or something, you need teamwork to get it done, and also time management as well. My teammates were a great group of guys. We kind of have the same goals, and we like to push each other and make each other better. Before a game, I'm a little nervous. Listening to music gets me hyped up, and right before I'm about to check in at the table, all the emotions go away and I'm just ready to get on the court. Being an athlete helps with your everyday life because you have to accept constructive criticism and work together to achieve a goal. One of my favorite quotes is, work with what you got to get what you want. Maybe you don't have a lot of money and you got to just work for that money, find something to do. I cut grass, make some money that way, so that's good. And then you could just go out and buy whatever you want or save up. I hope the Springford community is staying safe. I know we're going through some rough times right now, but you gotta try to enjoy it, make the most of it as much as possible, spend as much time as you can as your family, play some games, have fun, and I can't wait to see you guys at our games this year. Stay safe.
Coach, that was really nice getting to know Nate even a little more. Nate was so high when Kylie's sister was playing for us and the girls, and I remember him being so small in that stroller. And now to see him where he's at today, where he's grown to, not just as a player but as a person as well, and the courage he's demonstrated this year for you. That's why I love these get to know segments. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
So,
Nate's a good guest and a good family. It was great having him on, Coach.
yeah, and I tell you, his grandfather Charlie was one of my favorite people. He was at everything we did. He was just a major supporter of the all basketball.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was just great to hear Nate a little bit talk about what a little bit more to get to know him. So, Coach, I'm going to just go right into tradition, our tradition question. So I'm just going to throw it out to the audience here if they can answer this question, and you'll tell them the email to send it to it later. But
Yep.
we had a number of records set this year. One of them was the tough one. It takes some mental discipline, and that's taking a charge. And this young lady took 11 charges. That is a record in the season. She broke Sammy Haas's 9 from the state championship year. And so out there, youth basketball, if you know the player and the number, how many charges she took, send it to the email that Coach will give you in a little bit. So, Coach, your tradition question.
Coach, I'm actually going to change it up here slightly. And you mentioned the name Sammy Haas, and you said she had the record for charges prior to this
Charges taken, yeah.
All right. So I'm actually going to go with you here on the charge theme, because my neighbor in my neighborhood is also the all-time leader in charges taken in a season and for his career. So there must be and Sammy Haas lives in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So there must be something about this neighborhood that toughens kids up a little bit.
Yeah, they say sometimes it's the wood, or what is it, Coach? I don't know, but that's great.
I don't know what it is, but it's a little fun fact that I don't think either of us realized until right now, that the charge leaders both live in this development. So if you know the answer to either of those questions, email us at sfybdrills@gmail.com. And we want to congratulate last week's winner, Jordan Marsilio. He had the correct answer. And Jordan will be getting a free Blizzard at the Royersford Dairy Queen. Jordan, you can look for that in your mailbox or your front porch in the next couple of days.
Congratulations to Jordan. That's why you got to take the time, write in and send videos, or write in the answers to the email and have a chance to win something. Coach, next week, we're going to have Abby Boyer on.
Okay.
She's a junior now, become a senior. We're going to have her on to get to know segment, but she also wants to demonstrate some of our drills. And she's going to really concentrate on the defensive end, where she had a terrific year for us. So she's looking forward to it. So I wanted to let you know that.
Yeah, looking forward to hear a little bit more about Abby. I enjoyed watching her play this year. She's smaller but mighty, man. She's out there, and she didn't back down from anyone, and I love to see that in a player.
And we call her Smiles because she never stops smiling.
Yeah.
She just always is smiling. And she may be forcing a smile when she's upset, but she's smiling. So, and we're just really happy she's a part of our program. Coach, I'm going to leave this episode tonight with a quote.
Okay.
And the quote I heard a number of years ago from a motivational speaker, Mac Evans. And he said, if you don't, who will? If you don't go out and work on the drills to get better, who will? If you're not willing to commit more time to academics to get better, who will? So it's in all areas of life and all facets of life. If you don't do it, who's going to? So I hope they can understand that and take it to heart. If you don't, who will?
I think it's appropriate, Coach, and we've talked about the times in the pandemic, and like it or not, there's a lot of extra time out there, a lot of extra hours that we normally don't get. And I think your quote is perfect, because we're going to figure out right now who will, and it's going to be obvious come winter.
That is true. Can't wait for the winter season.
Yeah.
So, you want to close us out, Coach?
Yeah, we just want to thank everybody again. It was fun doing our 5th episode. I appreciate all the emails coming in. Make sure you film some of your drills and send them to the sfybdrills@gmail.com, and we'll catch you next time on A Slice of Coaching.
See you, everybody.